And then there was one. One race remains on the NNSCRA Castrol GTX Cup Series. As we have two drivers for the championship, and one can come away the champion of this series. As we are set to go for the 40 Cup Boost 400, 41 laps are left remaining on the season. And that's the distance of the race here today. And here is the starting line for today's running of the event. On the pole, number 71, the Buckstone Oldsmobile, it's Kev Shepard. The second race in a row is on the pole for this race, as a matter of fact. And he will be alongside Joshua Collar, number 43, the STP Pontiac. Neither driver has won a race this season. They both hope to do so here today at Homestead. Not true is the case for the second row. Phil Parker won at Rockingham this season in the AC Delco 400. He's in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet car number 5. And then Kyle Langland, who won the last race on the tour at Phoenix, he's in the Kodiak Pontiac. His car number is 27. Then it's California winner Kat Tellier, or should I say now Kat Batson, in the number 7 Xerox Ford. She's on the inside of the third row, and alongside of her another girl, Jessica Shelton. She has one of her in-car cameras in today's event. She's in the Course Melly Ford car number 9. She leads by 101 points coming into this race at Homestead, or this is the moment of truth for her possible 4th championship. She's a 5-time winner this season so far, too. Next row down is Cole Beaver in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet number 3, and Dylan Young number 2, the Pepsi Kroger Chevrolet. The winner at Bristol this season. Fifth row, two-time winner Josh Wasborn, number 25, the Folger Chevrolet. And number 4, William Brock in the Kodak Phil Oldsmobile. Next row down, we'll have Jordan Lopez in number 16, and number 13 is Jesse Turner. Then going to the next row down will be Alexander Rowe, number 51, the Valvoline Oldsmobile, and the Country Time Pontiac. Charles Saber, he has our second in-car camera. He's also a 5-time winner. He comes in this race second place in the points coming in, and is in quest for a possible second championship, but he's going to have to win this race, and hope Shelton has problems just like at Martinsville, possibly. We'll see what happens as this race goes on. Then it's Dylan Poteet, number 22, and number 52, Seth Coley, is our third in-car camera in today's event. Seth was the winner at Charlotte in the 500-miler. Next row down, we'll have Becca Tellier, number 21, 3-time winner this season so far, and number 29, Kyle Matthews, who's a 2-time winner this season, winning the first race at North Wilkesboro and the second race at Michigan. Next row down is Michael Whitman in a Stroh-Light Ford, car number 6, and he'll be alongside number 75 of Max Anderson in the Valvoline Pontiac. Next row down, we'll have Jonathan Zorlin, number 88, the Gatorade Buick, and Keith Batson, number 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down, we'll have Joshua Sakuli in the Race Hill Farms Buick, car number 47, the winner of the second race on the tour at second race at Talladega, and Ryan Winters in the number 90 Red Baron Frozen Pizza Ford. Next row down is Zach Winkle in the number 11 Budweiser Chevrolet, and Quentin Moore in the Quaker State Buick, car number 26. Next row down, we'll have Tony Newman, number 14, the Copenhagen Oldsmobile, and the Coca-Cola 600 champion, Zachary Fitzwater, in the Skull Bandit Buick, car number 33. And that car will be a Chevrolet next season as well. Then it's Trent Dunham, the defending race champion, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Chevrolet number 1. He ups for a second race win in a row in this event. And he'll be alongside Chelsea Bowles in the Superior Piping Nelson Contracting Chevrolet, car number 74. Her best finish was a second at Michigan. Then it's Johnny Gardner, number 35, the Folger Chevrolet, and number 15, Jason Haywood in the Motorcraft Ford. He is the winner of Brickyard 400 this season. Next row down, we'll have Ryan Kazee, number 12, the Budweiser Chevrolet, and Ashland Boyd, number 55, the Copenhagen Chevrolet. His wins came in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona and also at New Hampshire. Next row down has Rockingham winner Ryan George and Patrick Smith, number 8, the Miller American Buick, and he won the first race at Dover. Then as the first Talladega winner, it is Mike Becker, number 42, the STP Buick, and the Daytona 500 champion Emmanuel Harden. The wins came at Oldsmobile, car number 83. And starting in the last row will be number 70, Zed Weinstein, and the Ruppel Furniture AC Spark Plugs Pontiac, and Paul Minnick, the winner at Atlanta, and the number 44 Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet. So here comes the command of fire engines for the last time here at Homestead. Command's been given the party engines as we get set for racing here today, and I do have an announcement, by the way, for this race. There will be no season-ending exhibition, by the way, at Suzuka, Japan. There will be no ending exhibition because I think I decided to end that whole thing. So we may have a possible one race extension, possibly, of having Suzuka in there, but we have to have a shortened field for that to happen because that track only fits 23 cars, and that's why I do like, you know, whatever it is and whatever it was, I guess you might say. So, but anyway, Shelton, Sanford, and Seth Cole will have our in-car cameras in today's event. And remember, it's 101 points separating the first and second place cars. So Jessica Shelton, the leader in the points, and Charles Sanford, second place in the points. However, both these drivers have not had the best of luck at Homestead Miami Speedway. Remember, last season Shelton crashed in the last 2 seasons at Homestead, and she hopes that does not happen again, obviously, but we'll see what happens here. Kev Shear looking for his first win of the season. Joshua Collard actually has a win. I'm not mistaken on that. Josh Collard has a win that came at the second race at Martinsville. So Kev Shear hopes to break his winless drought here. Frame race at 15 is too doggone low for my standing. But anyway, green flag out for the last time. We are underway here at Homestead, the final race of the season for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And we may, and disclaimer, we will use the Aero 88 mod sometime again, possibly in a series there, but next season we'll be going to the original Cup mod, the 1996 car set. And out in front goes Phil Parker, number 5, the winner of the AC Delco 400 down in Rockingham. He leads the race here. Second now is Shear by just a smidgen, but here comes Kat Tellier to the inside of number 7 here, Kat Batson, I should say now. And up into trying for the fourth position, and she gets by Collard for third. And Jordan Lopez looking racing at 16 cars. He's moving his way through the field now. That's the oldest car in the field, an 81 Chevrolet that Jordan Lopez is driving. And, oh, I do not like the looks of this back there. Well, at least I didn't if there for a while there, because I mean they were about getting to be 3 or 4 wide racing. They were 3 wide a little bit. They're coming off the second turn as we now ride with Seth Cole. He's in number 52, the Folger Chevrolet. And now riding with Jessica Shelton in number 9. She's in 13th position, and she scrapes the wall a little bit coming through the third and fourth turns. That's the one thing about this Homestead track. It does involve a lot of wall scrapers, and look at her drop back a whole lot of positions just by that happening. See, I told you Homestead does not bode well for her at times. But this race ain't over yet, though. We still have a lot of racing to go. There's still at 37 laps to go in this race, so all's not lost yet. Backstretch now. Shelton still having trouble to find a way to the inside lane here. Quentin Moore in 26 now about to make a move to the inside. As Zorlin moves up behind her in the Gatorade Buick. Let's remember, Shelton's the point leader coming in. She's now fallen to 29th position. Charles Sanford moves up to 6th at the moment. So, meantime, back up front. Cole Deaver had the lead last time by. Let's see who leads between Poteet and Osborne. And it's Osborne who does in number 25. And some more cars doing some wall scraping. And oh, Lord. They're 4 wide off the second turn here at Homestead. Batson and Tellier and Becca Tellier bounce off each other and off the 16 of Jordan Lopez. as they come through the third and fourth turns now. Young up on the high side now, number 2. Ooh, Dylan Young and Keith Batson just about got into each other. Yeah, my frame rate is way low. Down the backstretch, Dylan Young. Trying to find an inside lane here, and where is Shelton, you ask? Well, Charles Hammon's about ready to lead his lap of the race here on Dylan Poteet, possibly. As they go into turn number 1, Sanford just missed. No, he did lead the lap. And where's Shelton, you ask? She is running in the, last time I clocked, in 31st position. So that is gonna, so they say the same as it is right now, though. That means Sanford would be the champion if that's the case. If the race were to end right now. But as we said, there's still a lot of racing to go, though. 9 laps in the books, and 32 are left to go here at Homestead Miami Speedway, as Shelton tries to pick her way through the field once again. She tries to dive up underneath the 15 of Jason Haywood. Let's remember the last couple of seasons in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, the driver who led the points coming into the event failed to win the championship. And for Shelton, she hopes that does not happen to her, as we said, but we'll see what happens here. Homestead is a very competitive track and a great race to race for the championship, as we've seen the last several seasons in this series, and we saw that in the Truck Series as well, too, how things can change a lot as well. And before I get accused of watching her all race long, let's go back to the leaders. Anyway, the reason why we've been focused on all that much is she is the points leader, and understandable in that. Kyle Langland, who dominated Phoenix, he's now up front now in 27. He leads right now with Jesse Turner second. And a battle for three-way battle for third. And where did Joshua Sakuli come from in the 47 car? He started back in the back of the pack. He's now up to the top 5. As a pair of BX guys, he and Dylan Poteet, the 47 and 22, going at it. Poteet comes in for his 6th place in the standings, and he hopes to get his first win of the season, right, the last race of the year, to solidify a spot in the top 10 in the standings. As you see, Langland and Osborne, actually it's Langland and Seth Cole going at it for the number 1 spot. Seth Cole takes it, and here comes the Pennsylvania puncher, Kev Shearer. I actually cannot think of anybody for nickname for somebody from Pennsylvania. But anyway, that was here. Kev, if you're watching this race, let me know what nickname you want. So anyway, he is second position right now with Langland in third here. As Jesse Turner now goes inside. Turner's best finish was a second in the spring race at Bristol in the 13 machine as they come down the backstretch. That's Jesse Turner, 13. Sharon, 70, won the Dave Marcus Oldsmobile. He's driving. And a couple of drivers in the top 10 who's in need of a good run to end their season. Cole Deaver in the 3, Joshua Osborne in 25, and Kyle Matthews trying to had thoughts of going way down like Deaver did, but thought better of it as he falls in behind the 5 of Phil Parker. Phil Parker finally broke through with his first win in the AC Delco 400 at Rockingham. While Kyle Langland, the race after that at Phoenix, broke through with his first win. So we overall had 7 first-time winners this season in this series. And meantime, Charles Sanford's fallen back in the field right now in the 30 car. In fact, he not only does that, but he also moves up the track. And look who just passed him. Yep, that number 9, Jessica Shelton, is making her way back up to the field. Sanford is now dropped to the. Let's see where all that did drop him back to. As he's now closing in on Shelton and Kat Batson in the 7 car. Sanford dropping to 21st position. Shelton clocked that time by in 18th. So right now she would have the championship if this were to end now. And he's dropping back, and Shelton's now moving up. So quite a change from what we saw earlier here at Homestead. But meantime, the lead now belonging to the number 2 car. Dylan Young is now the leader of the race. Young looking for his second victory of the season. He won the night race at Bristol. And Dylan Young, by the way, came into this race 5th place in the standings, so he's looking for a top 5 points finish. The man, in fact, this is one of the guys who's from here in the state of Florida, as a matter of fact. And oh, Shelton again riding the wall. That's the dangers of running the high side of Homestead Miami Speedway. You see a lot of wall scrapers happening. And now Jesse Turner and 16 car of Jordan Lopez all just about touched a little bit. And oh boy, 3 wide for the 3rd position as Kat Batson to the inside. And now she goes inside of her sister Becca. Or is that her daughter? I don't know who it is. But anyway, I haven't quite got the Batson Taylor family straightened out just at all. But I'm going to have to ask Keith the next time. Anyway, Becca Taylor does lead the lap here. Is now going for 2nd position. Kyle Matthews now up on the wall in the 29 car. And another surprise up to the field. That's the 75 of Max Anderson and Charles Sanford at 30. Moving his way back up to the field. And he knows now Shelton's dropped back now. So those two are seesawing back like it's a teeter-totter. One's down at the moment. The other one comes back down. The other comes up. So... And it's 21 in the books and 21 are left to go. 21 in the books and 20 are left to go halfway home. Here in the 40 EcoBoost, and what's been a fast-paced Ford EcoBoost 400, they are averaging 170.7 miles per hour, and the fastest lap right now is by Keith Batson at 175.5. And up front now comes William Brock in number 4, the Kodak Film Chevy. That car will be a Chevy next season. It's an Oldsmobile right now. Several cars in a pack right there, and let's see how many are there in a pack here at Homestead. About 21 cars in this pack. And meantime, Osborne again goes for the lead as they go to third and fourth turns here. Josh Osborne looking for his 3rd of the season. He won at Martinsville and again at the road course at Watkins Glen. That last half of the race, though, at Homestead, always very tense for the championship contenders, though, because they know it's crunch time. Who's gonna be ahead of who at the right time of the race there? And here comes the Chief Batson. That's Keith Batson, the leader of his Legion of Fords, number 28. The Texaco Havoline car, 2-time winner of the season, winner at Michigan, and on the road course at Sonoma. And he comes into this race 9th in the standings, so he helps to establish a top 10 finish in the points. And with Sanford dropping back, look who again's moving up. That's Shelton in the 9. And oh boy, I do not like the look of this going through the 3rd and 4th turns. Whew. And they are still 4 wide in turn number 1. They're bunched up together. Oh my goodness. I am surprised we have not seen a wreck yet here at Homestead. The way they are bunching each other up and packing each other up or whatever, but oh my goodness. And now Joshua Sakuli goes inside. He'll try to spoil Shelton from leading her lap. And just like he spoiled her at Talladega this season in the second race over there. But she does fall back in behind the 47 of Sakuli. On board Jessica Shelton's car. She runs in second. And Charles Sanford at the moment rides right now in 21st. Closing up on the back of that Buick. She just sticks her nose to the inside lane, but boy, look at the power of the 71 car coming up through there. That's Cab Sheeran. He was third, and he's going to lead this lap. Unbelievable what's going on here at Homestead. And the laps are clicking off, though. 27 are the books, and they're down to 13 to go at the Ford EcoBoost 400. The closing of season 18 is upon us. Inside goes Kyle Langland. Actually, the two Kyles, Kyle Langland and Kyle Matthews, 27 and 29, as they gang up on the 9 of Shelton. Cole Deaver right behind her in a 3. Outside lane prevails at the moment. That's Cab Sheeran, 71. He leads the race, but here comes Kyle Langland for second in the Kodiak car. Sheer wants to get a win this season, right? The last race of the season. As he comes into this race, let's see, he comes in 18th in the standings. Did not have a good outing. In fact, he was the pole sitter at Phoenix, and he, in fact, failed to start that race. He did eventually finish, though, but just a couple of laps down. 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Matthews. He looks for the lead. No! Here comes Poteet. Poteet in 22 to the inside of Sheer for the number 1 position. Darn pace car. And Prom's on the front stretch. That was the number 4 car of William Brock, who spun on the front stretch. You see damage in the back of the number 4 machine. And a 75 car was sideways. That was Max Anderson. As he makes contact with the 44 car of Paul Minnick. Did that cause the yellow flag to fly? No, we're still green. 10 laps to go. Cole Deaver out in front now. Oh, boy. Can you hold your breath for 10 laps? Oh, my goodness. The way this race has been going here today at Homestead, I don't know. Off turn number 4. Here comes Phil Parker. He's going to take the lead at number 5. That's the Levi Garrett Chevy. He's looking for his second victory of the season. Kyle Matthews behind him looking for his third of the season. As we said, he won at North Wilkesboro, the first Union 400. He also won the Pure Michigan 400 at Michigan. Down to Metridge, Matthews with a slight advantage as they go into the third turn now. Langland dives to the inside, and so does Collard in 43. He dives inside now as he looks to help his buddy Seth Cole. Seth Cole, who won the last time he was on the 1.5 miles down in Charlotte. As he led, how was the margin of the line? 0.04 of a second between Seth Cole and Kyle Langland. Man, if that would have been the finish of the race, I would have lost it. And Matthews slowing somebody, and somebody's crashed. Kyle Matthews has crashed in turn number 2, and a big melee happened. Zorland's upside down. Johnny Gardner's crashed. Trent Dunham, number 1, is crashed. Paul Minnick is crashed. Hartnett's in it. Patrick Smith hits the end of the pit wall. William Brock, number 4, he's all damaged up. Ryan Winters, Kazee might have been in it. There's Zorland. There's Johnny Gardner's Patrick Smith. And who led him back to the start-finish line? And I think it was Collard. And championship contenders, Shelton was in front of the crash. She got through it. What about Charles Sanford? Oh no, Sanford's going down pit road. Charles Sanford, number 30, he's got damage to his machine. His shot at a second championship may have been going out the window right there. Kev Sharon 71, he's in the crash. We see Hartnett and the 44 minute coming down pit road as well. And let's take a look at what happened. This crash happening with, I believe, 8 laps to go, and Kyle Matthews had something wrong with his car. Take a look at what happened here. He was running in the he was about there battling for the lead when suddenly his car had something go wrong, and I think apparently it may have been an engine failure or something like that. But Shear just thumps him. Yep, there's where Sanford got into the crash in the 30 car, and they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down right there, and I think. And there's where it all started right there. Zorland in the 88. There's Winkle in the 11. And Zorland goes upside down in the 88 car. It almost looked like about Cale Yarborough in 1983. And then Matthews was upside down as well in the 29 car. He got bounced around pretty good too. Dunham in the 1 car, the defending race champions involved. Real time. This is how quick it can all happen. And for the 2nd season in a row, Kyle Matthews, his hopes dashed at Homestead Miami Speedway. And last season it was for the championship. Wasn't in contention for it this season, but again, a championship hope could be out the window right there, and it was with Charles Sanford. Let's take a ride with him. And that brief little sound and screech was not what Sanford wanted to hear. But the good news for Charles Sanford, he's still running in the race, but the bad news is damage that pretty bad right now in that number 30 car. He's in 30th position, hoping somehow well, I don't know. Hoping somehow, some way a miracle would happen to him. Because that's what he's going to need right now to win him to win his championship. Because Shelton right now is sitting pretty in the 6th position. And somebody's coming down pit road again. And who is that coming down pit road? It's Joshua Sekuli in 47. He's got problems with his machine. As the green flag's going to be waving this time by here. In fact, they're coming to it right now. Joshua Collard leads with now 3 laps to settle the 40 Go Boost 400 at Homestead. Phil Parker's in 2nd. 3rd is Langland. 4th is Cole. 5th is Cole Beaver. Shelton is 6th. Lopez 7th. Poteet 8th. Taylor/Batson's 9th. And Sekuli was in 10th position. And here comes Phil Parker, number 5, to the inside, looking for the lead. Here comes Langland in 27, the last 2 race winners this season. Coming into this event, they're both hoping for a second one today. 2 to go. Chevrolet in first. Pontiac is second and third with Langland and Collard. Backstretch now. Shelton running in fourth. Seth Cole in fifth. On board, Jessica Shelton's car. She has got Seth Cole to the inside of her as the white flag waves. 1 lap to go here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Seth Cole hung up to the high side now. Here comes Collard to the inside. They're going to make a 3 wide. Here, look at the power of that 43 car. Joshua Collard out of the jolly old UK. Now jumps in front. Does Langland have anything on the inside of him? They're the third and fourth turns. Here comes Langland. He comes to the inside of Collard. Here they come up the fourth corner side by side. Langland and Collard side by side. It's going to be Kyle Langland winning the humps at Homestead. What a finish to the 40 Caboose 400. Kyle Langland wins the 40 Caboose 400 in a Pontiac, of all things. And he gets his second victory of the season and second in a row to close off season 18. And Jessica Shelton is going to be a 4-time champion in this series with a 5th place finish as she takes the colors that carried one of her very favorites, Bill Elliott, to the 1988 Winston Cup Championship. And fitting that, it carries her to her 4th championship. What a moment here. Homestead Miami Speedway. And what a race to close it all off. Oh my goodness. As Collard got snookered on the last lap by Kyle Langland off the 4th corner. And that was all she wrote here at Homestead. Here today. So that's it. 36 in the books and no races left until season 19 when they head to Daytona. As Kyle Langland averaging 143.762 is the winner here at Homestead. Miami Speedway. Collard second. Phil Parker third. Kat Tellier / Kat Batson finishes 4th. Jessica Shelton, the newly crowned champion for the 4th time, finishes in 5th position. Jordan Lopez will come home 6th. Seth Cole 7th. Dylan Poteet 8th. Cole Deaver 9th. And Joshua Osborne ends up finishing in 10th. Going 11th will be Keith Batson. Then Becca Tellier 12th. 13th is Zachary Fitzwater. Michael Whitman 14th. Dylan Young 15th. 16th we got Zed Weinstein. Jason Haywood. Chelsea Bowles. Tony Newman and Alexander Rowe, the top 20 in today's event. Then Jesse Turner was 21st. Quentin Moore, 22nd. 23rd, Ashlyn Boyd. Ryan George, 24th. Mike Becker, 25th. And poor Charles Sanford, 26th in today's event. Not what he had hoped for here today. He hoped the fortunes would be reversed between he and Shelton. Nothing, I say for him, nothing personal, obviously, but but they are racing for the championship, well, this way as they were now, but 26th position, and he will be relegated to a 2nd place points finish. We'll have a little mini banquet as we will have the as the points are distributed at the end of this video. Rest of the finishing order: Emmanuel Hartnett was 27th. 28th was Johnny Gardner. 29th position will go to Ryan Gazee. Max Anderson was the last car to leave up in 30th, and Joshua Sakuli was the last car finishing in 31st, 1 lap down. Cars out of the race, there were 9 of them. Kev Shearer, Paul Minnick, Zach Winkle, Trent Dunham, Ryan Winters, William Brock, Kyle Matthews. After a horrific crash he went through here at Homestead. I mean, that was a bad crash Matthews suffered. And not sure that's going to get him a top 10 in the points chase. He was running in, he was running 8th in the points when this all happened, going into the season, or going into this race, I should say. Jonathan Sorlin, another one who suffered a horrific flip, he ends up 39th, and Patrick Smith, the winner at the first race at Dover, will end up in 40th. So 18 seasons are in the books in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as it is all over at Homestead Miami Speedway. Kyle Langland wins the race. Jessica Shelton wins the championship for season 18. So You would know, unless she wants that car next season, she would carry Bill Elliott machine to victory lane a few more times in next season. If that's, like I said, if she wants that ride though, but so we'll see. Nothing confirmed yet for season 18, of course, or season 19, I should say. But anyway, so we will have a little mini banquet when we return after this. Welcome back, as we are now at the mini Cup Awards banquet here for the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and we show you rookie of the year points first. Phil Parker is the season 18 Rookie of the Year in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and fitting this because he had the highest points finish for a rookie in the season standings, as he beats out Jordan Lopez with 7 points for Rookie of the Year. Patrick Smith will come on third in the Rookie of the Year point standings. Ashlyn Boyd fourth. Kyle Langland's win at Homestead actually propelled him to fifth in the Rookie of the Year point standings. Michael Whitman was sixth. Alexander Rowe seventh. Max Anderson eighth. Tony Newman ninth. Ryan Winters will finish in the top 10 in Rookie of the Year standings, with Ryan Kazee tailing along in 11th position. And out of the drivers, Phil Parker, Patrick Smith, Ashlyn Boyd, Michael Whitman, or the four drivers that have... Actually, no, it's Phil Parker, Patrick Smith, Ashlyn Boyd, and Kyle Langland, that all won races this year as rookies. So a very impressive rookie class we have in the Castrol GTX Cup. I say probably one of the best ones we ever had in this series too. I will say that bar none. This season, the very competitive bunch we've had here today for the season, and I'm looking forward to having some of them back this next season for season number 19. So here comes the point standings for season 18. Jessica Shelton, of course, now a four-time champion of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. 5 wins, 14 top 5s, 20 top 10s, and an average finish of 12.5 on the season. So sixth place finish at Homestead sealed the deal for Jessica this season, as she beats Charles Never by 166 points after the season. Sanford finishes with 5 wins, 11 top 5s, and 18 top 10s. A very decent season for him too, and an average finish of 13.67. And he had 3 poles on the season, and Shelton had 6 poles on the season for her as well. Kat Tellier, or should I say Kat Batson, ends up finishing third in the standings with a win this season, 11 top 5s and 14 top 10s. Seth Cole, a win, 12 top 5s and 17 top 10s. And he ends up finishing fourth in the standings. Dylan Young will end up finishing fifth with a win, 8 top 5s and 11 top 10s, and 1 pole position. Dylan Poteet will finish sixth in the points, even though winless. Becca Tellier had 3 wins this season. She ends up finishing 7th in the points. Bill Parker moved up to 8th in the standings. Very impressive season for him. 1 win, 6 top 5s, and 13 top 10s. And he came on very strong in the last half of the season. That is for darn sure. Keith Batson gets a 9th place finish in the points with 2 wins, 5 top 5s, and 12 top 10s. And Kyle Matthews does hold on to finish 10th in the standings with 2 wins, 6 top 5s, and 15 top 10s. And he equals Shelton for most poles with 6 himself. But when he had bad luck, he had really bad luck. And I really thought that horrible crash he had at Homestead was definitely going to knock him out of the top 10 on the points chase. But Paul Minnick, who finishes 11th in the points with 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 10 top 10s, he was 60 points behind Matthews for that 10th position. Jason Haywood comes on the 12th position with a win. Zachary Fitzwater had a win and finishes 13th. William Brock was 14th in the points. Johnny Gardner dropped to 15th. He was on a slide late in the season for him. Jesse Turner was 16th in the points. Cole Beaver moved up to 17th in the standings. Jordan Lopez 18th. Joshua Collard 19th. And Trent Dunham, the defending series champion, comes home in 20th with no wins, 5 top 5s, and 9 top 10s, and 1 pole position this season as well. Kev Shearer dropped 3 positions to 21st in the points. Chase, nothing to write home about for him, unfortunately, for Shearer. Zed Weinstein was 12th in the points, 22nd in the standings. Ashlyn Boyd comes on 23rd with 2 wins on the season. Joshua Osborne, 24th, with 2 wins on the season. Patrick Smith was 25th in the points with 1 win on the season. Excuse me. Jonathan Zorlin was 26th in the standings. Kyle Langland moved up to 27th in the standings with 2 wins on the season, 6 top 5s and 9 top 10s. He also came on strong late. Joshua Sakuli had a win and finishes 28th in the standings. Chelsea Bowles with no wins in 29th. And Daytona 500 champion Emmanuel Hartnett slid to 30th in the standings with 1 win on the season. That was that 500 victory. 1 pole, 3 wins, and 3 top 5s, I should say, and 7 top 10s on the season. Michael Whitman comes home 31st in the points. Mike Becker with a win finishes in 32nd. Quentin Moore comes home 33rd. Alexander Rowe 34th. And Ryan George will come home 35th in the standings with a win this season. Max Anderson was 36th in the points with no wins. And in fact, the last few finishers have no wins. Max Anderson, Ryan Kazee, Tony Newman, Ryan Winters, and Zach Winkle, unfortunately for him, ends up in last place in the points. So that will do it for the season. For season 19 of the series. Again, there will be no season-ending exhibition in Suzuka. I decided to kind of cancel that. Stuff. I mean, it was a very fun idea to do, and it's a darn shame I did have to cancel it for sure. But because it was very fun to do that race, but a lot of work to do. Let's put it that way. So with all that said, congratulations to Kyle Langland, the winner of the 40 Boost 400, and Jessica Shelton, the 4-time champion now in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as she takes yet another championship this season. So and some confirmed rides. I should say, well, for season 18 or season 19, I should say. And I know of Cole Deaver will have the 3-car, of course. Dylan Young will have the 2-car. Trent Dunham will have the 1-car next season. Called with the 43, and also Quentin Moore will have the 75 car. That was the Morgan Shepherd car from 1996, I should say. So that's all the confirmed rides we've had so far in this series. So, and I think Keith Batson also has the 28 next season as well. So with all that said, though, we congratulate everybody. Congratulations to everybody who's won races this season, and everybody but more importantly, to everybody who participated in the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 18. Congratulations again to our race winner Kyle Langland and Jessica Shelton, the season champion. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We have everything on this channel in our races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Gold desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out Seth's Texas Truck Series, Pizza Hut X Series, and Hershey's Cup Series. Please be sure to check out those races as well. They are the best off-road races you'll ever find in the NR community. So for now, this is James Clausen in production of the NNSCRA. Off-road racing at its best, and we'll see you in season 19. So long, everyone.